Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 26. I'm your host Dan Young, and with me as always, my good friend
James Craigie, beardless.
Okay, so we're going to pretty much hit the ground running with what we've been playing. Would you care to start?
Yes, well, in preparation of one of this week's big releases, I've been playing through Assassin's Creed 2 again.
Excellent. I've yet to play it, as I've mentioned numerous weeks in a row.
Oh, it is good. It's such a fun game, and if Brotherhood is more of the same, then that's not a bad thing.
Cool. I know Assassin's Creed 2, like review-wise, people liked it a lot more than the first game. I think a lot of people felt disappointed by the original Assassin's Creed, and I actually enjoyed that game. So
yeah.
A bit repetitive, but it was fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they've tried to sort of limit it. Obviously, there are certain missions and everything like that. You get the races, but there are only so many races. There's only I think 5.
Right.
And they try and make some of them a little bit different. Most of them are just kind of like running from, instead of like capturing flags like it was in the first one, it's just getting to checkpoints, getting to certain places, and that's all right. And there's one I think you have to do on horseback.
Cool.
But
I will get around to playing this at some point, because I do want to play Brotherhood, and I actually am really intrigued by the multiplayer on Brotherhood. Actually,
dude.
I really do want to play that.
Yeah.
So I will at some point, because I mean the releases have kind of slowed down now.
Yeah.
So I've got a little bit more time for other games, so I may go back and pick out some games that I've been wanting to play for a while. And Assassin's Creed 2 is definitely one of those games. So
it's a good one for some achievements.
Yeah,
I think if me can get all the achievements for it, I'm sure you can.
Okay. Well, I will be playing it soon. I don't know exactly when, but I will give it a go, because I've heard from you and from other people a lot of good stuff. And with Brotherhood coming out, I do want to kind of
But two is a good game. Love the game, love the series. Really looking forward to Brotherhood.
Excellent.
Also, I had a day spare, so I sat down and I played through Call of Duty Black Ops again. Yeah. And single player. I like the single player. Multiplayer, I tend to get owned. Mm-hmm. So single player again. Still good. Still a good story. Yeah,
there's been a lot of people who are a bit kind of torn on the story. A lot of people say they don't like it. A lot of people say, I mean, I like it. I think it isn't your typical story you'd find in a first-person shooter. They're trying to do something with the story.
Precisely, it's different. Anything different is good.
But yeah, I mean, it is very. I mean, the whole Call of Duty is very cinematic, anyways. But they're really trying to make it very. This Call of Duty is very kind of Hollywood movie. Yeah, I'd say. But I
have to say, I think second time round is a slightly different experience, because obviously you know the plot twist, which I will not mention for the people who haven't played it. Yeah. But once you know that plot twist, playing it through again, there are certain key scenes and bits. Yeah. When you're playing through the single player, where you sort of think, it all makes sense now.
Well, I am actually playing through, not seriously, but playing through. I've started it again. Yeah. I've done the first few levels of it again, and I'm actually concentrating a lot more on the multiplayer. Yeah. So this basically, I'll move on to what I've been playing if you've done, but we had Kinect. Yeah. I've had it for a week now. Yeah. Right. And we did the video. For anyone who hasn't seen it, please go on the website or download it through iTunes.
Can I just say, I seriously injured myself doing that
really?
Video. I was in so much pain for days. I could barely move.
I've been playing it for a week solid now, so Kinect. I'll get back to Call of Duty. I did mean to talk about Call of Duty, but yeah, I've had Kinect personally. In my household for a week now, and it's still a lot of fun. It's still, that experience is still good. It's still fun. It's holding up. It's nice to see, like, when you get people around who haven't played it and see their reaction to it. Yeah. See them going, wow, this is pretty cool. I think overall it's far exceeded most people's expectations. The figures for the first, well, I mean, we can talk about the figures for Kinect later, but, it's done some impressive sales. Yeah. I mean, and it's on track as far as Microsoft are concerned. So that's good. And
with all their planned sort of future support for it.
Yeah, I mean, I am really happy that I've bought it. And sometimes when you buy something day one and you pay for the arse for it, you kind of think, I kind of regret paying that much for it. It's not as good as I thought it was, etc. But no, I don't have any regrets as far as Kinect goes. It's been really, really a lot of fun to play, and it's kind of come at the right time actually, because I mean, Call of Duty came out, and I had started playing the multiplayer, and then there was a few issues because over the weekend, especially, I tried getting on some matches and it was just taking forever, and some of the servers were down or some shit, I don't know, but like the multiplayer wasn't functioning how it should be. It was near impossible to get into a match. So I had a bit more time on my hands than I thought, so that's where Kinect's come in handy.
Yeah. Because
when I would be spending the time playing Call of Duty Online and sinking hours and hours into that, I've actually been playing stuff on Kinect instead. So, but yesterday everything seemed to be fine again. So I played a shit ton of multiplayer yesterday for Call of Duty Black Ops.
You think it's to be expected, really, because it's like the first sort of weekend that it's been out. Lots of people, they'll pick it up during the week, they'll play it bits and bobs, but a lot of people who can afford it have work.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be like the first time that they've managed to like sit down and constantly play on it.
I imagine the sales for, we can talk about that because we haven't put it down for the news, but the sales for the first day of Call of Duty Black Ops was something like 5.8 million copies sold in one day. That is the most sales of anything ever.
Yeah.
Seriously. Nothing has sold as much. That is the biggest entertainment release ever. Okay? 5.8 million, I think it is, in one day, in the first 24 hours of its release. That's how many copies it sold worldwide.
Blimey.
Now, there's never been anything like that before, and that is just fucking insane. But I've said before, I really like the game a lot, and it exceeded my expectations. The multiplayer even more so. We put the video up the other week last week when it came out, but like, we didn't focus on multiplayer on that, and I want to take some time now, if I can, to kind of talk about multiplayer, because I did promise I would talk about it, and
go for it.
I had all yesterday pretty much on the multiplayer, in preparation for today, because obviously the servers went back up yesterday. Whatever the problem was, it's fixed, or it seemed to be yesterday, and I played a shitload. And do you know what? It is fucking brilliant. Do you know something? When I played Modern Warfare 2 online this time last year, wherever it was, it was good. It was pretty much Call of Duty 4 multiplayer, which was still good. It was that, made a few additions. It's, a few new weapons, bits and bobs here and there, But the Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer, they are really making it interesting, and there's so much replayability to it. Yeah. And I found that especially with Modern Warfare 2, and even with Call of Duty 4's multiplayer, I got a bit bored of it. I got so far, and then, it's fun and shit, but, I've got other stuff to play. And this, I can see me really sinking a lot of time into.
Yeah.
Because they've made things, they've added so much to it. It really makes you want to keep playing it. It's, I need some more COD points for this. Or if I get to a certain level, I unlock this bunch of weapons. But you don't just unlock them. You can't. It's not like, you've got to level 16. Here's a new weapon. You have to buy it. You unlock the right to buy it. So your COD points actually mean something in the game. They're not just points you can spend on shit, tat and a bit of face paint. Here's make a new emblem. You can spend it on that shit if you want. You can customize your weapons if you want. But you need those points to buy weapons.
Yeah.
You only unlock the right to buy them, okay? So they've made the COD points, they've integrated it in a way that you need to have them, you need to keep getting them, therefore you need to keep playing, you need to keep earning them, and they've done it so it's quite fair. I think whatever XP you earn at the end of the round, I think you get like 10% of that back in COD points.
Cool.
So it's pretty fucking cool, I'll be honest. And my thing usually is I'll play either free-for-all, which is pretty much just 8 people fucking massacre, right? Or team deathmatch, obviously like 2 teams of like 5 or whatever. And that's all well and good, I sometimes drift between team deathmatch and free-for-all. That's what I usually do. And I was doing that for a bit yesterday, and it was great. I was doing alright, I actually came in the top 3 quite a few times. And I thought, I don't know, I'll try something a bit different. So, I mean, I wouldn't normally play many of the other game modes, but there's so many game modes in there.
Yeah.
I thought I'd play some Sabotage, right? And that basically, for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, I'm sure there's probably nobody that doesn't really know, but for the sake of James, I'll just tell you what it is. Basically, you start you have two teams, either side of the map, and you have like a bunch of equipment or whatever, ammo, whatever, right? Stuff. Your own stuff. You have to protect that stuff. In the middle of the map is a bomb. Somebody has to go get the bomb and then plant it on the other team's shit and blow their shit up, okay? Now, basically, if you get killed, you drop the bomb, somebody else can pick it up.
So sort of like a reverse capture the flag.
It's like a reverse capture the flag. You want the flag in their side of it, so it blows up, and they want it on your side of the map. That's, yeah, you get it, right?
That's cool.
It does take time. Once you pick it up, you have to plant it and hold down X, and it takes like 5 or 6 seconds, so you have to kind of don't die while you're doing it. But I played 3 quite long matches of this, and every time I planted the bomb. I was so chuffed with myself. I've never really played Sabotage before, never really been that bothered about it, but that was so good, so much fun, and it's this constant, it's really tense because you have this constant back and forth struggle. Oh, we've got the bomb. Oh no, we don't have the bomb. They've got the bomb. Oh no, we got the bomb back. And it's constantly like, oh, you dropped it, quick, I'll go get it, and oh no, I'm being shot at, shit, I'll try and get it back to their, it's fucking insane, and it can go on for absolutely ages, and it is awesome, and I do want to play more. Another thing that's great about the multiplayer is contract as well.
Yeah.
These are like extra challenges. You can you buy into them, you pay your COD points. So basically, one of the most basic ones is use your knife to stab someone in the back.
Right.
You buy this contract, it's like 25 COD points. If you do it within so much time, it pays out like 100 COD points.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? So you can buy loads of these different contracts, right? And I think this is such a good idea. I mean, a lot of them are very similar, like get 25 kills with this weapon within so much time of the game, and most of them, I think, like it's things like get 3 kills without dying in a row. When you buy it, you've got like 40 minutes of game time to get it and stuff like that. And then when you do it, it pays out. And I think there was the one I did yesterday, which was so much fun. I actually did it really quickly. 5 kills with the flamethrower in a row.
Nice.
And I did that, and it was hilarious. But I mean, the level of customization in the multiplayer is just ridiculous. And I can see me playing a lot of time, sinking a lot of hours into this, and pissing a lot of people off. I mean, like I said, yesterday I played so much of it, and yeah, I mean, I actually, it's so good. I mean, wager matches as well. I mean, like, there's stuff I'm like forgetting to talk about it. Wager matches for a start. First time I started a wager match, I started with one of the really small ones because I didn't have many COD points. I bet 10 COD points into the match that I'd come in the top 3. Sure enough, my first match I actually came 3rd.
Hey.
So like, I mean, and when you get up, you see your name appear up there at the end in the top 3. You just have this sense of like achievement. Like, I mean, you obviously don't get achievement unlocked or anything, but like it. You really do.
It's your own personal.
Yeah, and it's just so the way the game that makes you feel. You just want to feel that again, so you just keep going, and it just there's so much they put into it that you just in a way, my perfect Call of Duty game would be campaign made by Infinity Ward, old school Infinity Ward, and this multiplayer. I think Treyarch should make the multiplayer.
Yeah. Because
I mean, I think they do that better than the campaign. I like the campaign. The campaign's great. It's really fun. It's fucking amazing looking, and it plays so good, but that multiplayer is amazing.
Cool.
And so I will probably stop talking about it now, but I can guarantee you when we've finished here and I've edited this show, and as soon as it's uploading, or even while it's uploading today, I'm probably going to be playing Call of Duty. I'm obsessed. And fucking millions of other people are. I mean, 5.8 million sales in one day. You can't argue with that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Call of Duty's it's single-handedly, it's lowering, teenage pregnancy. So,
kudos.
no, it's. I mean, the amount of fucking. I mean, the thing that's really shows you how crazy Call of Duty multiplayer is. How well liked it is when you go online, you just sign in, you go onto the multiplayer side of it, and it comes up with statistics. So many of these crazy, so many people shot. This is how much of the world's population has been killed in Black Ops. Like if you compare it to 6 billion people, this is for the percentage. This if you put together all the arrows like fired and stuff, this is how long that it would reach around the world. And shit, really crazy statistics like that. And it just goes to show how many, it's not just saying how many people are on playing this. It just shows you how many bullets have been fired, how many fucking cars have exploded. It's crazy facts like that, and you just think, Jesus Christ. How many years have been spent online playing it already?
Yeah.
If you add up the time, and it's something like 4,000 years or some shit already. I don't know. Ridiculous.
Well, I just hope I can sort of compete with that next week, talking about the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer.
Honestly, there's few games that I will actually go, you know what? I'm going to really fucking play the shit out of this multiplayer. I will go online, I'll play stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's quite the multiplayer as well, it's quite fun. But then I'll put it down. It's like with the Kinect stuff. I played some of that, Kinect Sports, played some of that online against other people. The boxing's fun online, the bowling's fun online. It's good, but it's sort of a once and every so often kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm like, right, I'm going to fucking play bowling all day against people. Call of Duty you can do, and I can see why people buy it for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer is now at a stage now where it's so good that it's got my attention now. I used to like it before. The multiplayer was perfectly fine. It was great. It's still better than any multiplayer out there. But it wasn't enough to keep me playing it for a great deal of time. I'd always get bored. But I think this time around, no, I'm going to fucking stick with this because it's just too much. It's almost too much fun. Almost, you know what I mean? You just, I can't put it down. I'm always like, I'll come off after this. No, I'll do another match. I'll do another match, it's fine. I've got time. You're lucky I turned up today.
Yeah, I feel it. Anyway,
but yeah.
I think I should probably cut you off there.
Yeah, you probably should. We've been talking a while about this. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll be back in part 2 with the gaming news of the week. Welcome back to the Games4all podcast. Let's talk about some news.
Yes.
Now, first thing, we played at the MCM Expo, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Kind of enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. They've sort of released some new characters and whatever's going to be in it. It's been dated.
Yeah.
It's released February 15th in the USA. So, day after Valentine's Day.
Oh, right. Lovely.
That's cool. So, I'm guessing probably 18th.
Yeah, I think it is the 18th, actually. Well, I think the last... Originally it was scheduled for like the 25th of February. So maybe it's been forward a little bit, who knows. But yeah, no, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, game that I wasn't that fussed about, and then we played it, and...
Yeah,
that
I'm going to be doing my damnedest to pick it up.
It is, it's a lot. I mean, Jesus, it was so amazing to play.
Yeah.
I actually really, I like things like Street Fighter and stuff, but like it really, I don't know, like it's so much more appeal for me. I don't know. I just really wasn't fussed, and then we played it, and it was like, holy shit, this is really, really good. Yeah.
Well,
and I think at that moment I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, I've played a bit of Super Street Fighter 4 on and off for like the last few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Not enough to really talk about in general, but that's kind of been gearing me up. I've been playing it, sort of thinking how much I'm looking forward to Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, I mean, I like I say, I'm sold on it already. I do want to pick this up.
Yeah, so we'll be picking it up, and we'll probably be talking about it.
Indeed.
Around February, mid-February.
Yeah. Fingers crossed,
that's cool. Yeah, we talked about it briefly earlier.
Yeah.
About how well the Kinect has done.
Yes.
It has sold, they reckon in the first 10 days it sold 1 million units.
Yeah. Which...
Okay, it's not the 5-point-something million that...
Well, it's not Black Ops, but then there's never going to be. No, that's... Microsoft made this statement before Kinect actually launched saying that by the end of the year, or by Christmas, or by the end of the year, they want to have sold about 5 million units of Kinect. And in the first 10 days, they've sold 1 million.
Yeah.
And so they're on track, and they're happy about that. I'm happy about that. I think it's actually done really, really, really well. So, I mean, it was a bit weird because when it was just... I mean, when it was kind of just a thing that was coming out in the future sometime, you know, people were like, it's all right. You know, it didn't seem like there was that many people bothered about it. They were going to get it day one and that kind of thing. And I think a lot of people have probably been like, oh yeah, you know, Kinect's coming out. Oh, yeah, well, I might pick that up, you know. And I think a lot of people have kind of sort of heard about it last minute and been like, wow, that's pretty cool. I'm going to get it, you know. And I think it's a lot of kind of. And I heard actually it's done really well over here in the UK because I've only been out a week. But the surprising thing for me, I read earlier actually, it's shifted a lot of bundles as well over here. The new Xbox consoles have been selling really well because of Kinect. They've been buying them together as bundles, and therefore, because Kinect's now come out, they've shifted even more units. So sales of Xboxes have gone up now, which it leads me to believe that a lot of people are buying an Xbox for Kinect. Yeah, they're like, oh, that looks really fucking cool, or they've seen it around someone else. This is now the reason I want to own an Xbox.
Like I said, they've sort of recently announced sort of more titles coming for it, so the support is there. I just think it's going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you can never really go by launch titles. I think the lineup they've got's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
it covers a lot of bases. It doesn't cover everything. It doesn't really cover the hardcore, but then Kinect's not really about that at the moment.
There's a lot of options there for...
But, you know, there's so many possibilities, and like I said to you when we were playing it the other day, in a year, 2 years' time, if there's still the support for it, which I really hope there is, the games for it are going to be ridiculously good. Because, I mean, once it's been out in circulation, people have already hacked Kinect already and done stuff with it. You know, once people start exploring what's inside this thing, what can they get out of it, what can they do with it, that's when you're going to start getting really interesting games come out for it.
Yeah. And
at the moment, we've got the kind of Wii-ish kind of stuff coming out for it, and that's great. And the fitness stuff's great, and the kids' games are great, and, you know, things like that. I mean, we've got a new Forza coming out for it. That's going to be fucking amazing, I think.
Especially, like, the way Joyride
showed
that racing games can work.
If it controls a little bit more... If the controls are just a little bit more tightened up compared to Joyride, then I can see fucking Forza 4, whatever it is, Kinect Forza, whatever. Sounds like Kinect 4. You know, like, I can see that selling well, and I think that a game like that alone is actually going to create more appeal for a certain audience for Kinect. Like, certain people who wouldn't be picking it up otherwise might go, Forza, fuck, Forza.
So when they showed the on-stage demo where you can actually step around...
You can walk up to the car, and exactly.
And we've seen that working on, like, Kinectimals, the whole walking around them, stepping around.
I mean,
so we know
it works on
just
about every game. I mean, even some of the Kinect Adventures and Kinect Sports stuff, you can... Well, I mean, with Kinect Sports football, for example, you can, when you go to take a shot or whatever, you want it to go a certain way, you move that way. You don't just stand on the spot. You can, but... it helps to move around, and the camera angle changes. I mean, it's so clever that it can do it. But I can see certain games coming out for it that people will be like, now I've got an excuse to buy Kinect. Yeah. Or, I mean, for a lot of people, Kinect is the excuse to get an Xbox. Yeah. Which these sales in the last week have shown, basically. But the advertising for it's been just about everywhere. I mean, there is a Kinect advert out on TV, and then there's stores saying, get Kinect and an Xbox for such and such. Yeah. You know, and the deals are pretty good. I mean, £235 roughly for a Kinect and Xbox bundle. So I really don't think you can argue with that.
No,
so
not at
all. It is a lot of fun, and it's one of those things. You know, I know plenty of people who aren't gamers, who aren't into games, but they see Kinect and they get in front of it and they play with it. They go, I'm going to buy an Xbox and Kinect. And then all of a sudden they're buying an Xbox. And you think, wow, I wouldn't have assumed you'd ever go out and buy an Xbox. But because you've played this and you like it and it's made you active, and, you know, I think a lot of people thought you being the controller was quite an overrated concept, but it actually isn't. I think it's
like you said, a lot of people who aren't gamers, they sort of had problems with the buttons and controls and kind of like getting everything, because control schemes now can be fairly complicated. This kind of takes all that away. Anyone can do it,
and I think eventually they will try and do something for the hardcore, maybe. And that's what's going to sell even more. I think they're just waiting for that one killer game to come out, that one game that's going to really pitch it to the hardcore. And I've said it before on the show. There's no reason why a Call of Duty, a slightly more dumbed down Call of Duty, wouldn't work. You would need a gun peripheral that acts as a controller to sync up to your Xbox as well. That's the only thing it's missing. Yeah, I think. But there you go. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, talking of sort of hardcore titles for it, this is a rumour.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Inside source says there's going to be some kind of Gears of War experience for Kinect. They've kind of got back, and Cliffy B has said, is he still Cliffy B or? No,
it's Cliff Blazinski.
Yeah.
You can't call him that anymore.
No.
Anyway,
well, he sort of said it's definitely not Gears of War 3, but that's not ruling out that.
Well, here's the thing is, right, you can't, it's Epic Games, right? You can't take anything they say seriously. I mean, you can, but like, they turn around and say, we're not doing this. It usually means they are.
Yeah.
Because I remember for the most time, when's Gears of War 2 coming? When's Gears of War 2 coming? Oh, no, we're not working on that. No, no Gears of War 3. No, we're not working on that either. We're concentrating on Bulletstorm. All this shit. You're bullshit. You're working on it. We know, like it's...
They are...
I mean, a fucking Microsoft representative totally fucked them over when Gears of War came out. Before Gears of War came out, they announced it was part of a trilogy.
Yeah.
Planned trilogy. So... and they still felt the need to lie about it and say, no, we're not working on it. Yeah, I can understand it from a certain point of view. They don't want to talk about stuff. Here's the thing. I've heard a lot of stuff about this, actually. First of all, it was just Epic Games are working on a Kinect title.
Yeah.
That was it. Then the rumour was, it's Gears of War 3. And it's like, no, it's not Gears of War 3. Now you're telling me it's Gears of War related. No, I hadn't heard that.
No.
So I've heard basically it's
the
not
inside
Gears
source
of War.
says there's going to be some sort of Gears of War experience.
Right.
Whether it is actually Gears of War or Gears of War.
I mean,
what do you think?
There's so many possibilities with this, but I've basically what I've deducted from this is that Epic are working on a Kinect title.
Yeah.
That's better we can take away from it. They've not denied that they're working on a Kinect title. They've announced, we're working on something, but they're not saying what it is, which is fair enough. They want to keep stum about it. It's something... It might not be Gears of War 3, but then, who knows? Maybe it's one of the reasons Gears of War 3 is delayed.
Could be.
I mean, if you wanted to integrate Kinect support into it, I don't know how it would work exactly, but if they needed the time for that, they've kind of got that.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, there's various things. So it doesn't actually have to affect gameplay. It can involve menu control or whatever. But you think also it's got the microphone on it and the voice commands on it. Yeah. Is there not some way you could set up voice commands?
But then you don't need Kinect for that. You can just have a headset.
True.
So it's not. They are saying it's for Kinect that experience.
Maybe there's a joint sort of point and say go over there. Command for your squad or something, or
maybe. I mean,
it's going to be Gears of War chainsaw battle.
It could. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to go out and say this is going to be anything to do with Gears of War, but I'm more probably. I don't know. If it is Gears of War related, I think it'll be a downloadable thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a full game if Kinect's involved. Maybe it's a fitness game, so you can get you can build up your muscles to look like Marcus Phoenix or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
Like Cog Trainer, I don't know, something like that. But who knows? The fact that they're saying it's not Gears of War, and then now you've told me that it's Gears of War related. There's always a bit of truth to these rumours, especially when it comes to Epic Games. They can never keep anything under wraps at all. The announcement of Gears of War 3 was spoiled fucking a week before it, or a couple of days before it was announced or some shit. So they can never keep anything 100% secret. It'd be interesting though, because Epic Games, they're pretty consistent with their stuff. It's always pretty good. So
yeah, even if it's not Gears, even if it is just some sort of Kinect title, it'll be a fairly
something worth getting. But I don't know about Gears of War. We'll see. We'll see about that. But, you know.
Could be Gears Central, where you have to, like, make Marcus dance.
Who knows? I mean, it's interesting that combination has popped up, because everyone's been saying how that concept, Gears of War, Kinect, it ain't going to work together. It ain't going to work, right?
You think so many people... you think so many people say, oh, it's not going to work, oh, it's not going to work. If I was a games developer, my immediate reaction would be like, yeah, I'm going to make that work.
Well, like I said to you a long time ago on the show, there's X amount of buttons on a controller. There's only so much your body and voice can do. You've got to map all of that somehow. And yeah, I'm sure there are ways of doing it, but you've got to make it a experience that doesn't take you out of that game. If it's Gears of War 3, if you know how, I mean, I can understand. You can duck down to get into cover. That I get. You can pop up. I get that. If you want to run somewhere, it's kind of running on the spot. Forward roll. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. So that's the argument, and I can see. I mean, I'd love a fucking Gears of War game for Kinect. Who wouldn't, you know? But I like Kinect catered for like the hardcore. I like the big hardcore games for it.
Like I said, I personally still can't see a reason why they can't integrate joint movement and controller gamepad support, because you can still, obviously it's like, oh, they need to see your hands and everything. If it's holding onto that, they can't see it. They can still map the rest of your body. You can still map like a head and legs and where your body position is while you're holding it. So
true. Who knows?
Maybe something we'll see in the future, but I think what we can take away on this is they are looking at Kinect and looking to develop something
for it,
and it should be good, and hopefully it'll be a hardcore title, because that's mostly what Epic Games do best.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued. I mean, at the moment, just a rumour. They're going to deny everything that's said anyway. They're not going, oh, you got us, you got it, it is Gears4all, or whatever. They're not going to come out and say it. So
well, in years'
it'll
time,
remain to be a rumour until it's announced, you know?
Years' time, see, after next year's E3.
After E3, I think we'll probably see something more interesting.
We can say, oh, okay, we were wrong, or we spoke about this then.
Enough.
Yeah. Alright, last story of the week. I think it's safe to say we're not PC gamers.
Really. I'm not primarily a PC gamer. I will play something on the PC. I mean,
I would as well, but I need
shooters and stuff on the PC. I play Call of Duty on the PC.
Yeah, but I used to play tons of stuff on the PC, but the fact is, my PC not good enough to play.
I mean,
most games.
the success of consoles have kind of killed off PC gaming a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when a new game comes out, most of the time you do need to upgrade your fucking hardware, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
So with consoles, it's not really an issue.
If I did have like a big PC gaming rig, it's safe to say like the main games I'd be excited about I'd probably
StarCraft 2.
Play lots of StarCraft 2. I really, really want to play it. I mean, I did play the original. I love the original. So does Korea, I think.
Oh yeah, sort of heard. They like it a little bit.
Yeah, but I think it's like a national sport.
Yeah, I think it probably is. But it's enough to kill people over. It's enough to kill your family members over.
Yeah. But they don't like StarCraft 2. But that's not what this story is about.
Okay.
This story is about that another Blizzard game that I used to play on the PC that I really enjoyed was the Diablo series. And it got quite a huge following, and people have been waiting for a sequel for a long time. There has been talk and rumours of console developers being brought in for the Diablo team.
Cool. That'd be good. I mean, this game is going to sell like fucking hotcakes.
Yeah, they have said that primarily they're aiming for the PC release, saying that's not going to change, sort of PC, Mac.
It's going to be like that when it's one of those things, PC, Mac, and then in 6 to 8 months' time, possibly a console release. Who knows? Yeah,
but the fact that they're looking forward to it, and I have to say, after being a fan of the original Diablo series, it is one that can lend itself to, because it's not a strategy game; it's an action game. It's basically you point at what you want to kill and you kill it. You could control that on a console easily.
Yeah,
it's gameplay.
I point at stuff I want to kill all the time on consoles.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
So it's good news. It's good that they're looking into it, and it's good that fans of the series who maybe haven't kept up with their gaming rigs or whatever can still get a chance. Because
it's a lot cheaper to go out and buy a 360 or whatever than it is to buy a really shit hot PC.
Yeah, yeah. You know, so. I played through Diablo. I played through Diablo 2. I kind of resigned to the fact that I was never ever going to play Diablo 3. Not seriously, not on my own PC anyway. So this news is kind of good for me because it means I might get a chance sometime in the future to see it.
Will be interesting. I mean,
Blizzard,
they've got a lot to gain from it, I think, because it is a very popular series, and it's, you know, this is an eagerly awaited game, and, you know, why wouldn't you want it?
Yeah.
If you can do it, I mean, here's the thing, it could work even on DS. DS, I mean, why? You know, that would fucking sell stupid on DS. So it is worth them investing the money and bringing people in to port it or whatever it is they've got to do to get it running on console, because people will buy it. Yeah. People will buy it, and they know that. And I think that's what a lot of developers are slowly realising, that there's not so much money left in developing solely for a PC. There's not a lot of money left in solely developing for one specific console anymore, really. You know, like I say, if Assassin's Creed Brotherhood only came out on PlayStation 3, you know, it would do okay, but would they make enough money to fund the next Assassin's Creed game? Possibly not.
No.
So it's, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
For developers to, I mean, Call of Duty. I mean, that's I think as many platforms as you can think of. You know, I mean,
yeah. It's on Wii and DS, which
Wii,
is not
DS, just about. Yeah, exactly. I mean, surprised it's not on fucking PSP. You know.
Well,
I'm not actually.
Not really. No.
True. Yeah, good point.
But
good point.
No, I think sort of Blizzard have kind of been carrying PC gaming for a while. That's like the main catalogs, like the main big PC games. I think now it's
Activision
Blizzard.
Yeah, I think now they've bought them. They're going to probably persuade them. Activision are one of those companies that's like, right, we've got this big game. It's going to be released on everything. You know, they like money, and fuck it. You know what? That's fine. They're in there to make some good games and to make some money back, and then fund next series of games or whatever.
But a lot of people
makes sense.
Not Blizzard because of certain things about, like, say, World of Warcraft, whatever. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it.
Yeah,
it's kind of the whole Marmite debate. But you cannot deny it has made probably more money in the gaming industry than anything else ever.
Well, yeah.
So, and Blizzard, they are good developers. I mean, I remember back in the day playing Blizzard games on my old PC, like the old Warcrafts and all that, and they are good. And the fact that they're going to be doing stuff on the consoles as well kind of opens it up to me.
I just think it's something that they can't afford not to do. No, I know they've made a lot of money. I can understand, you know, them staying true to their PC fanboys and stuff. I get it, but it, you know, just to get a team in to port stuff to console, I don't think it's not gonna cost that much. I don't think, and the return is gonna be more than worth it. Yeah. So, you know, fucking fair play to them. I think they should have done it sooner, but there you go. That's just me.
Yeah. So I am looking forward to seeing more Blizzard titles on consoles.
Indeed. Right. Well, that's the news. Pretty much. When we come back, we'll be talking about this week's gaming releases. Join us after this piece of music. Hello, welcome back to the Games4all podcast.
Howdy.
At the moment, we're going to be talking about this week's releases. Pretty much across the board, there's two major releases. We're going to talk about four of the releases, actually, but two major ones. It's sort of that slowdown period now. We've got the last of the kind of the big releases of the year coming out now, and then the following weeks is going to start slowing down again and going back to its good old days of kind of nothing much coming out. Yeah. We may reintroduce the topic.
Hey.
So, pretty much, I mean, you know, all the big titles are coming out. Most of them have been released, but, like, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood came out yesterday in the US. Apparently sales have been pretty good. The launch event was good. Not as good as Black Ops, but you can't expect that.
No. My copy has already been shipped,
exactly.
so I'll be talking about it next week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued. I do kind of want to play a bit of the multiplayer and see what this. I'm not picking this up because I haven't played Assassin's Creed 2. So once I play that, I will try it at some Brotherhood. But the other title is game I'm excited about. I played the demo a few weeks ago. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
Do you really want to get this game? I probably will leave it for a little while though, because I spent so much fucking money on Kinect that I might not be able to afford this one. But it is something I will be picking up, and hopefully fairly soon.
Yeah,
I'll probably leave it another month or so to get. But yeah, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit comes out this week. I reckon it's going to do pretty good. I can see it doing well. The thing is, a lot of game stuff for people will be playing Call of Duty Black Ops. It's going to be the most played game on any console online, for fucking months now. So, being released so close afterwards will affect sales. A lot of people won't be ready to buy another game yet. So,
but at the same point, there will be a lot of people who have been looking forward to this game and will pick it up.
Probably will pick it up regardless, even if they don't play much of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do want to pick this up. I do want to play Hot Pursuit. It looks fucking amazing. The demo is really impressive.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm up for some of that, but probably will leave it a little while. And then the other two releases really only there's EA Sports Active 2, which is a big kind of bundle type game. It's basically a fitness game made by EA. Had a lot of success on the Wii. It's coming out now for the Wii, PS3, and Xbox. And I think with the PS3 version will be Move compatible,
awesome.
And the 360 version uses Kinect. But you have accessories with it too. You have like stuff to strap onto yourself, and it's sort of, I don't know, it sort of voids the point of it, doesn't it? A little bit. I don't know. It kind of. Don't get me wrong. I think it's probably going to sell quite well.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for strap-on stuff. That came out wrong.
Okay, well, that's a soundbite. Yeah, feel free to loop that. Yeah, at home.
A soft spot for strap-ons.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The show's been quite serious up until now.
I know. Whoops.
So, that's good. Yeah, it's just kind of like you get a load of shit in a box just to strap onto yourself. And,
I'm just going to take a minute.
It just kind of seems like if you're using Kinect and Move and the fucking Wii controllers and stuff, I don't know, the whole point in, at least for Kinect anyway, is that you kind of don't have stuff attached to you. And I made the point of that, the whole Your Shape Fitness Evolve thing. You stood there. You don't have to stand on anything on a board. You don't have to hold, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so that comes out. And then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, which comes out.
I am interested in. Probably not enough to buy it. I might have to pick it up at some point. But this intrigues me.
It's the Gears of War Harry Potter game, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 It's the cover-based
shooter. Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah. So I hope
it's
they bring out
compatible as well.
I hope they bring out a demo or something, because I would really, really, really like to have a go on this.
Yeah, that would be interesting actually. Yeah, so that comes out this week. I don't really care.
No.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan. The people in my household who are, but we probably still won't be getting it.
No.
Even with the Kinect compatibility, I don't see the point in dropping this kind of money on this kind of game. I've not heard great things about it, but it's interesting. I'd probably would play the demo, and then probably regret it, or be deleted straight after it.
I in no possible terms can I say I want this game.
You could,
but I don't. But I'd like to at least have a go on it.
Yeah,
just see it, just because the idea of it intrigues me.
Yeah. Okay, well that's this week's releases. I want to thank you very much for downloading the show and listening to us. And yeah, it's gone on. We've sort of talked a little bit too much on some of these. That's my fault. I did talk about Call of Duty a bit too much, but yeah, we've dribbled on a little bit this week. But no, thank you for downloading and listening. We really appreciate everyone that listens to the show. And yeah, if you've got friends who are gamers, recommend it to them, please. If we do have a few more listeners, that wouldn't hurt. Please check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com. You can email us if you want to talk to us about anything. Just say hi. If you want us to mention something on the show, or if you disagree with something we've said, or whatever. Just, The email address is podcast@games4allpodcast.com. And
when was the last time you actually checked the emails?
Oh, it's tied to my BlackBerry, so I can check it all the time.
All right.
I soon know if I get emails.
Okay.
And
we're on Twitter.
Yes, Twitter.
Twitter.com/Games4all.
Please follow us on there, or if you check out the website, our Twitter feed is at the top, so you can kind of check out what we've been talking about and stuff.
Same as Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. If you wanna like us on Facebook. I don't like using the term. I prefer the term friend or whatever, but
join us.
Join us. On Facebook. Just go on Facebook, do a search for Games4all space podcast. Right? There's a gap in there.
It's number 4.
The number 4. Or perhaps an easier way to do it is to go on our website, www.games4allpodcast.com. There's a little like button. Click on that. That'll take you to Facebook. Sign in, and then you can like us like that. If you do that, you will be privy to some special bonus videos that we're going to be starting to put up on Facebook. Every so often we'll do a tiny little video of us probably just prattling around or whatever, and that'll go on Facebook, so you get a little exclusive video. We do little trailers as well. We did a trailer for the Halloween special that went up on Facebook. We did a trailer for the Kinect special.
Yep.
That went up on Facebook. And you can also see James playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer at the MCM Expo and winning, coming first place.
She's awesome.
So we kind of using Facebook as our kind of little place to put little tiny snippets of stuff that we don't really know what to do with, basically. So for your entertainment. We are kind of toning down, stopping almost the Games for All Extra videos. We've been doing so many lately, it's become...
But we're just burnt out.
We are burnt out on doing the videos. So we're going to give that a little break. So it's going to be weekly audio podcast from now on. And we'll do a video at the end of the year. We'll do our kind of review of 2010. And then we'll be back also at the end of the year with our end of the year special, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a pretty epic show. We have announced over Facebook and that we're going to do a live show via Ustream on the 31st of December. We actually aren't going to be doing it live anymore.
No.
Because we've had a few issues, but we're going to record
We've had better offers.
Yeah. No, we are going to be recording it a couple of days early, but we will still be broadcasting it.
And we'll still be getting drunk.
Via Ustream, as if it were live. So get your head around that. It's not actually going to be live. We're not actually going to be here getting drunk and that and acting...
We will be here getting drunk.
But a few days before it actually airs. So look forward to listening to that. If you want to hear it before anyone else, go the place that goes Ustream will go on our website, click on the live page, and you'll be able to hear it before anyone else, before it goes up as part of the podcast stream. So thanks again for listening, downloading, and all that other stuff. And please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes.
If you dare.
And thanks very much. We'll be back next week with episode 27 of Games for All. And I'm sure we'll be planning to talk about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Yep.
Cool. Right, see you next week.
Bye.